Have you ever finished a song and thought, wait, where did I just go? Even though you've been sitting in the exact same room the whole time. I think most people who love to listen to music have had that experience at least once. We usually describe it by saying that song brought back memories. But honestly, I don't think the phrase fully explains what's really happening. I think music isn't really an art form that brings back the past. It's an art form that takes your present self somewhere else in time. Even if only for a moment, it sounds like a small difference, but it's actually a complete different experience. One is simply remembering the past. The other is your present self briefly experiencing a moment from the past as if it were happening right now. I've had that experience myself. When I was in elementary school, I used to fall asleep with my headphones on, listening to SES cassette tapes under my blanket. SES was one of the biggest K-pop girl group in the late 90s. That was my favorite, and I still listen to their music sometimes. The moment I press play, it doesn't feel like I'm just listening to a song. I'm back in that room. The lights are off. I'm lying under my blanket. That groovy rhythm is flowing straight into my ears through those tiny headphones. The room is completely quiet. And along with it comes that feeling I could only have at that age. A little bit lonely, but strangely free at the same time. What's fascinating is that I'm not trying to remember any of it. It just happens. The music starts and somehow I'm there. I'm not the person I am today anymore. I'm like 10 years old again. Then the song ends and I catch myself thinking, oh, I'm back. That's why I don't think this is the same thing as simply remembering the past. It feels much closer to briefly living through that moment again. The more I think about it, the more it seems like music does this in a way that almost nothing else does. It's different from reading a book or watching a movie. Movies show you specific people, places, and events. Music, even when it has lyrics, doesn't give you specific scene, right? Instead, it moves your emotions first. And somehow those emotions meet your own memories and experiences to create something deeply personal. That's why the same piece of music can take different people to completely different places in time. Sometimes back to the past, sometimes somewhere that hasn't even happened yet. But that's a conversation for another day. Maybe great music isn't an art form that lets time pass. Maybe it's an art form that lets us move through time. We say we listen to music, but maybe what we're really doing is stepping into another moment for a little while. Maybe that's why when a great song ends, we naturally think, it's over already? That felt like I went somewhere. So the next time you listen to a song you love, pay attention for a moment. Are you simply remembering the past, or are you just for a little while living in another moment? I think it's probably the second one. I hope.